In our blog, I have given API documentation link and also authorization key how to generate. Both I have given. So open them in the two tabs. One in the API documentation in one tab and another tab how to generate the API key. So these are the two things we need. So this is the API authorization key generation link. So it will generate the key. So for this you need to register to this Postman website. Then you can get it. See here, you can generate the API key. And another one is, so all the API key, API methods list it is going to give. So this is the one. You can see you need a valid API key to send requests to the API endpoints. You can get your key from the integrations dashboard. That is the one I have given. Then, so the Postman APIs, open APIs to all, so anybody can use and execute them. That's this points. And so if you don't give, right, if you don't give proper API key and authentication key, you will get an error message here. This is the one. So if an API key is missing, malformed, or invalid, you will receive a 401 unauthorized response code, and the following JSON response you will see. So 401 unauthorized, I explained, right, the status code. So this is the one. The key is missing or malformed or invalid. If you provide, you will get a 401 unauthorized error code in the response line. So this is the message you will get. So we'll see that how to see this 401 unauthorized. So we have to use XAPI key as a header one key, and the values you have to pass the key value. That we'll see that before. Just access first one, collection, first this collection. So API key will pass, but first I'm not going to pass anything. First let's create this all new collection. You can create a new collection from here, or you have option here, new collection. You can create here. Click on new collection, give the collection name, Postman API testing FEB17 2021. So that's it. You can just practicing the APIs. So click on create. Just I'm creating a collection. How to create a collection? Here you click on new, or you have option new collection option. You can click on new. So then you can see where is our collection name. So this is the one. Postman API testing FEB17 2021, right? So here we don't have any things, and I'll just close all the things. Let me close all these things so that you won't get confusion. We have to close all, yeah, close all tabs. Okay, so all are closed on the right side, no tab open here. Now just look for our collection name. This is our collection name. You can see here, you can create a new folder, you can create a new request. So I'm going to create a, now see here, 0 request it is showing. You can create a new request now. Click on this and you can see all, rename, edit, create a fork, add request, add folder. You can create a folder inside you can add more requests. Basically you can categorize easily. So I'm requesting add request. The request name is 401 unauthorized. So this is the request name we are going to send it. 401 unauthorized. So you can expand this, you can see that the request, see, and you can click on that, it will open. 401 unauthorized. So you just pass the URL, okay? Just pass the URL. This is the endpoint URL. The method is get method, and endpoint URL you give, and don't provide anything. Authorization key also don't provide. And click on send button. Click on send button. Hit the send button. See, the sending the request. Can you see here? Status code 401 unauthorized, right? 401 unauthorized. And you can see below response message, error, name, authentication error, message, invalid API key. Every request requires a valid API key to be sent. But we didn't pass any authorization key. That's why you are getting this message. So 401 unauthorized. So just save it. Okay. So after this, save it. So this is the one request. That's why we need to pass the authorization key. So now we'll give a valid one. We'll give a authorization key. So now generate the key, generate the API key name and copy this. Copy, it is copied, or copy to clipboard also, you can do that. Then open your this thing and create a new request again. So we'll create a new request, add request. I'll create a get all collection name I'm giving, get all collections. So second request I'm creating. So this is the one, second request. So in the headers, you give XAPI, X-API-key. So this is the one key and value. So in the value place, you just paste that. So that's the how you can pass the header. So you can pass the header like this. So I have given a XAPI key and also headers I'm passing few more. Accept application JSON and a content type application JSON. These are the headers you can pass. Then how to get all the collections? They provided the URL here. So just go here and this is the URL, right? To get all collections. This is the URL and they're clearly telling. So requires API key as a XAPI key request header or API key you can pass. URL query parameter also you can use. You can pass as a query parameter also. You can pass as a header also, request header also. So we passed as a request header. Now this URL is the URL. So save this, Control S. Now what we passed, we selected the get method and we passed the endpoint URL. Then we select the headers tab and pass the XAPI key value and accept application JSON, content type application JSON. Just click on send button. So sending the request and 200 OK. We got 200 OK and all the collections it will show. This is the collections array. Collections array, it is showing all the collections. You can see here. So this is the one first element of the array, second element of the array, third element, and so on. So any particular, I have so many collections. If you want particular collection, so that details you want. So what you need to do, you copy the UID value. Second, next one, single collection details you want to get. You want to get single collection details. So what you need to do, just copy this UID, any collection UID, and give it there. So next request. So see that here you go and see the next request. What is the next request? Get single collection. So what is the endpoint? HTTPS API get postman.com collections, and this collection UID you need to pass. So you need to pass the collection UID. Okay, let's pass that collection UID. Let's create a request. I'm adding a request, one more request. Now all collections we got with a get method and the endpoint. And then I'm creating a new request, add request, one more request, fetch single collection, fetch single collection and save to that and select this. Then you can give this collection UID and the collection URL, you get it. This is the collection URL. This is the one you need. So just give in the front the URL. Just give this URL. That's it. And headers, we need to pass the headers, right? XAPI key also we need to pass. So next time onwards, every time you don't need to add. What you can do, you can duplicate the request so that you don't need to add. So every time headers you don't need to add. So just go here, just go to the tab and get the XAPI key value. Just copy this and come back, value you can pass. Every time we don't need to do that, all those things. accept application JSON, and again another one is content type. Content type is application JSON. So these are the things, different type of key value pair you need to pass. Now, so this single collection details it will fetch for us. Just save it, Control S, and send. See that only status is 200. Okay. So what you will do in the endpoints testing, API testing, main is status code. You need to look for that. What is the status code as per the developer given in the API documentation? Is the same status code you are getting when you execute in the Postman or not? You need to check. Then in the response body, this information is correct or not, you need to see. This information is correct or not, you need to see this. So that's the in the Postman what we need to check. Okay, that's the third request, how to do that. Okay, third one, how to do that. See, 3 requests we created under collection. 3 requests we created. So what I'm going to do, I'll duplicate my request. Okay, I'll duplicate my request. So next request is, what is the next request? Just go to API documentation. Get single collection is done. Now, next one is post a collection. That means create a collection. You can create your new collection. So this is the endpoint. This is the endpoint URL. Okay, this is the endpoint URL if you want to create a collection. Go to the Postman and I'll create a duplicate. So this I will duplicate it. So you have option here, duplicate. Here you have option to duplicate. See, copy and rename it. After duplicating, just rename it. Create a collection. Create collection. So create collection. Select the post method. Post method and endpoint URL is same. Right? Just now we copied endpoint URL. And then headers you don't need to enter again. It will come automatically when you duplicate. So Control S. After pasting the endpoint URL, just select the post method. Then Control S you do. See, now it is going to show post. So post method. And you can add a reorder also. So you can reorder like this also. And now post method. For post method, you need to give a body, right? Body is mandatory. For post method, request body is mandatory. So what you want to create, you need to tell clearly. So in the Postman API documentation, they have given the sample body. So what you need to give, they're clearly telling. So XAPI key or content type body. See, this is the body they have given. The sample body, you can copy this. Just copy this, copied. Okay, copied, and then you can just go to Postman, select the raw radio button in the body tab, request body tab, and paste the entire thing. See that this is the entire thing is pasted. So now you go from the beginning and give sample collection. So you can just give test the sample API testing. I'm giving my own name, API test sample collection I'm giving. So that's our own name you can give. Okay, our own name we are giving. So random integer you will get automatically one random number it will generate. Okay, random number it will generate. This is just a sample collection creation. I am changing all the data creation. So this is the folder sample post request. Whatever you want, you can change it, right? So here everywhere I'm putting post instead of get. Post request, and then this also I'll put post, and this also I'll change a method as a post. So all I am changing to post. So wherever the values, whatever you modified, so this should show in the response body. So whatever your values, name you will get, right? Description, and you can give it, right? So all this API test sample collection, I'll just give few more also. February 17 also I will add, so that it will be easy to remember for us. So which is our collection, you can easily catch it. Then click on send button, Control S you do, save it. After all the details you are given, the method post method, then the endpoint URL, just give in the endpoint URL place, then headers, you already duplicated the headers. Then request body. So after request body, you give your own data. This is the test data. So in the JSON format you are passing. See, key value format you are passing. Then hit the send button. Hit the send button. See, sending the request. Now see that status code is 200 OK. You should get a status code 200 OK. Standard response for successful HTTP request. And in the response body, you will get collection. Every collection has ID, name, UID will be there. Every collection has ID, name, UID will be there. That's the 200 OK. No response you will get. And now 200 OK response you got it. Then this is how you want to see these details. You can just take the UID, and in the single collection URL is there, right? There you give that. So there you can give that. So single collection, fetch single collection URL. You just change here. If you want to change, you can change it, right? You can change it here. But here, so we don't have that by the execution time as a collection. You should have, you are creating here and you are getting later. So that's why you have to get that details. You can do that also. So just paste that and the entire details will be shown to you. So that's the post collection. Next, we have so you can see that the call command also. Call -- location -- request post https :/api.getpostman.com collections -- header content type application JSON, and you can give all the headers. So data raw. So data raw means, so you're providing the JSON format. All this you can see, and response code. This one response code, you can see that, and that's the how you can see the response. First error they are getting because we haven't provided the here. So the details raw JSON, but fine. Now update collection. You want to update the collection. So you want to update the collection. So how can you update? So this endpoint allows you to update an existing collection using the Postman collection. So this is that. The https api.getpostman.com /collections/collection UID you need to pass for updating. Which collection you want to update, that collection UID you pass, then it will update. So now go to this one, and I'm going to duplicate this. Duplicate the new request and rename that update collection. So rename it update collection. So update the collection. Here you need to select the method, should be a put method you have to select, and then the collection UID you need to give that. This is the collection UID, newly created collection UID. So that collection only I'm updating. That collection only I'm updating. So this is the all the data. So you can give here, you can update it. You can update it. So this is the new collection UID. So just go here, and they have given here. So all the request body. So you can give whatever you want. Otherwise, so the same thing it will be there. This is enough. And I can say this is the just a sample collection updation. I'll just give updation. So you can change whatever the things you want. So whatever the data you want, you can change. So I'll put method instead of post. I'll put a put method. Just put method. Just give put method. So put method. So wherever post is there, I change it to put method and then save it. Control S. So we are modifying, right? We are modifying the data. So API test sample update. So let me give the name update collection. So this one, and click on send button. Click on send. So it will update what are the data you have given. See that 200 OK. The same collection will be updated. See, collection is updated. So now see, updated data is coming. API test sample update February 265 you are getting. That's the update how you can update the your request. So based on particular UID. So there are so many collections. Which UID you want to update, that you can find out here. Okay, that's how to update. Any questions?
Okay. No, sir.
Okay. So the last one, delete request. Right? Delete request. Let's use the delete request. And so this is the delete request, delete collection. So which collection you want to delete? You need to choose that collection. So let's duplicate the same one, right? This update collection, this one only will delete. Okay, duplicate it and just add a rename it, rename that delete collection, delete collection. So delete the collection. So here instead of put, you have to select delete. Okay, the same collection we are deleting, same collection we are deleting. Okay, now so body we don't need, anyhow body we don't need, just you can say none, right? Body we don't need for this. And headers, these are mandatory, headers you can keep it and save it so that you will get a delete option. See that delete on the left hand side, your collection below the request method del delete collection you are getting. So then click on send method, click on send button. You can click on send button. See that status code 200 and ID and UID. So no collection name it is showing, just deleted it is saying 200. Okay, means that collection is deleted. If you get, so after delete, you try to fetch this UID, then it won't be there. So you try to create one more request, you try to get it, duplicate it and rename that. After delete, fetch same collection, the negative testing, these are all negative testing, right? And you choose this get method. Okay, get method, save it, say get method. Now you won't get, it will say 400 404 not found. See that 404 not found, because instance was not found error you will get. We couldn't find the collection you are looking for because already deleted. Once you delete, you won't get. Then you will get a 404 not found status code you will get. So this is the 404 not found status code we are getting. So that's all how to execute the Postman inside the endpoints. Okay, now how to execute these things in a collection. So let's execute all these things in the collection. So how you can execute as a collection, right? We didn't add any test cases, validations also here. How it will show, we'll see that. So these are all the endpoints and the different requests I added to particular collection. 7 requests I added. So now if you want to run as a collection, all of them at a time, because now we ran only one by one, right? How can you run as a collection? So just click on the collection name opposite. I'll just put a I'm adding to favorite. Okay, maybe you can rename 404. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. I think you can easily understand. So Postman API, you can share it to some other people, your team members. So these are all the your requests. You can click on run and it will run all as a collection. So one more window will open to us. So there it will run your collection of request. Your collection of requests will be run from there. So now first all collections it will show for this collection name. All the requests it will show here. So this is the order. You can reorder them also. So whichever order you want, you can reorder also. And environment, which environment you want to run, you can select the environment. You can add the environments like test environment, staging, acceptance, which environment you run. You can add the environment, then you can select the environments under this. You can select the environments here like prod, QA. So what are the environment you can add? Okay, as of now I'm not selecting any environment. Then keep a variable values and save cookies and all thing. Don't change anything here. Iterations, 1 iterations, run Postman. See all the requests it is running. See 99, 100% all the request status codes also you can see 200, 200 okay, 200 okay, 404 not found. This put method. I think so why 404 you are getting here? Let's understand. Delete. So all this after delete also you're getting 404. So here you are getting a new UID here. Every time you're getting a new UID. That UID you need to pass it to put method. So that's update collection, right? You need to pass it to that one. That's why it is not able to update that. It's not able to update that and that UID. So this UID is generating randomly. That's why it is failed. But we didn't add any test case, but it says 0 pass, 0 failed. So we need to add the test case. So how to add test cases, and in the collection we'll see that. So this results is still post is correct only, but put is failing. Put is 404 not found, it is saying. And how much time it has taken, what is the space occupied, we are getting all this. But delete also failed. Delete also should not be 404, it should be 200. Okay, we should get. But why it is failed and we are not seeing here, the failure reasons we are not seeing here clearly. And this request doesn't have any tests. See, every request doesn't have any test case. So we didn't do any validations. We didn't add any validations for every request. Then that's why we are getting 0 passed, 0 failed. So you can save this. You can export these results to anywhere, these collection results, and you can share it with anybody. That's how to run a collection. But I don't want this, right? Now my test cases are failing. So update collection is failing. So every time post collection, so whatever the post collection you are creating, that UID you need to pass it to the put collection, right? So this UID you need to pass it to that. But first let's add for all of them the test cases. We didn't add any test cases. Now, can you see in the request body tabs, there is a test tabs. Test tabs inside. I'm validating the status code. The status code I'm validating 401 unauthorized you are going to get. So this is the snippet of code is given by Postman already. Get an environment variable, get a global variable, get a variable, set an environment variable, set a global variable, clear an environment variable, clear a global variable, send a request. So you can see that status code. You can validate the status code. Even you can validate the response body inside what is there also. So status code. See the test case is added. pm.test status code is 401. I'll just add 401 unauthorized. 401 unauthorized. So pm is postman.response .to.have.status. This is all Mocha framework thing. This is a JavaScript Mocha framework is there. So that format they're giving to have status code 404, 401. You need to give 401. This is what we are expecting, right? So this is the JavaScript function pm.test, the test message and the function. This is the JavaScript functions and pm.response. So that's we added. One test case we added. The validations we added. Even the body, if you want to validate, you can validate these things also. This message, name authentication error. You have see response body contains a string. You can validate it. So many things are here. You can check that. Response body, JSON value check. JSON value, these values you can check. And response body is equal to a string. So is equal to name equal to this string or not, you can check it. So anything you can add, right? Response headers you can validate, and response time is less than 200 ms, and status code successful post request, and status code name has string. So there's so many things you can validate. Whichever you want, you can choose it. As of now, I'm adding status code only. So the next one, I'll add a status code. So go to tests and select the status code one. So status code is 200 only. This is fetch all collections status code. I'll write the proper fetch all collections status code so that you can understand easily. So pm.response that one. So save it. Get single collection. Select the test status code. Select the status code. For this also 200 okay. and this is the get single collection, fetch single collection status code. So it's clearly giving a name, and so that we can understand this test case is for what. You can add multiple test cases also, like validating this everything, and then create a collection. So create collection also 200 they're getting. So you can see that add create a collection, send a status code, create collection status code 200. Same update collection. So this update collection, so it is 200 okay only. 200 update collection also 200. Update collection status code is 200. So this one, Postman, the request body, I need to remove this hard code, this 500 I'll put it so that it won't create a new one every time. So that's the one thing. Update collection also we added test case. Delete collection. So delete collection also will add test case status code. Not that one, right? So we want to add this one only, one test case. pm.test status code is 200, function pm.response.to have status code 200. So 200 status code. Then this one, so we should have a 404 not found. You should have a 404 not found. Collection not found. Found 404. Change what you want to validate. 404. So then save it. So now run as a collection, and we'll see that. Run the collection. You can see the test cases now. How many test cases passed, failed, you can see very clearly. After adding the test cases, now you run as an entire collection, right? And click on. You can reorder also which one you want to execute first, then you can reorder also all these things. Run Postman. See that? So these two test cases are failed. Put and delete is failed. And this one is passed. This one is passed. It is not there, it is passed. And here, create collection is passed. See, all test cases are 5 passed, 2 failed. Out of 7, 5 passed, 2 failed. You will get a clear message here, and failed one is showing. Update collection status code is 200, but your expected result and the actual result is not matching. So you are expecting 200, but you got 404. So here also you are expecting 200, but you got a 404. So that's why these two are. Maybe why they have failed is, and you have to do deep analysis. Maybe this UID might be wrong. UID might be wrong. So you can export the results and you can see, run summary. You can see if you want why it has failed and what are all things. You can see that you can export. You can export the results. You can export the results to somewhere, right? In your local machine, you can save, and you can where we are saving. So let's save Postman app. So where is this Postman app.data local? I'll just save in the documents. Okay. So Postman results. I'll just create one folder. Postman results. One folder I'll create in this folder. So I'll just put that in this folder. Right. You can add all this wherever you want. You can analyze later why it is failing, all these things. So this is how to run a collection. So how to run in a collection. Any questions? How to create a collection we have seen. How to add the request to that collection we have seen. And then how to duplicate a collection request. And then how to select a particular method of that collection, how to rename that particular request we have seen, how to add a test cases for each thing we have seen, right? So these are all the test cases we have seen. Now, even you can add one more test case also. For example, I want to add more test cases. Response body contains. For example, I want to add one more test case. Response body contains a string. So see that pm.test body matches string, pm.expect, pm.response.text to include string you want to search. So I want to search this string. In the body, this is there or not, I want to search. Okay. Then, so you can see the test cases. So passed or failed, how many test cases it will execute. So this is the, so get, which one is this? Not this one, right? This is not the one. I think we are on this one should be to the first one, 401 unauthorized here. It is here, right? So this is the 401 unauthorized. You can run it. You can run it here. So test cases, you can see test results 1 by 2. Test results you can see. Body match string assertion error, authentication error, message invalid API key. Every request requires a valid API key to be sent. To include instance not found error. Why this is failed? Why it is failed? Body matches. Maybe you can say contain string. Instead of this, you can do contains string. Response.text to include. Then execute here. 3 test cases we are adding, and 2, 1 by 3, 2 failed. First one is 1, skipped is 2, and failed is 3. So it should be same, right? Why it is same? Contain string. JSON value check. Let's add JSON value check. Paste. Let me remove these things. JSON value check. We can do that. pm.test, your test function. So where JSON data pm.response.json, pm.expect JSON data.value to equal. So this value, you can give this value. So what is the body? So this value will give is equal to JSON data dot, instead of value I can give a name. So this is the name. So name value is equal to this one. This key parameter we can check it. Just run this. Test results. Go to test results. Send unexpected token. Anything we are missing? Okay. This is the extra you're getting. Yeah. So run this again. 1 by 2 failed. Your test name authentication array is not defined. Double quotes we need to put. So test name expected undefined to deeply equal to authentication error. JSON data name is equal to anywhere contains is there. Response contains. This should work. pm.response, it should work here. Response body. So we can validate the body like this. And let me delete this. pm.expect pm.response text to include this API key. Let's run this. Yeah. Now you can see both the test cases are passed. So to include the response body contains a string, you can use body matches string. Body, this key is there or not, you can check. So like that you can write the more test cases. So in this way you can add the more validations. Whatever you want, you can validate in the response body using this already predefined snippet of code they have given. You can use them. First, mandatory status code, then response body contains a string you can use. You can validate the body inside what is there. So this is the body inside whatever is there, you can validate. Okay. So this is how to run a collection and how to work with the APIs and testing. So every time you want to run independently, you can select 1 by 1 request and you can click on send button. But you want to run as a entire collection. So you can click on this and click on run and it will run all the collection. So based on the test cases you are adding, you can see all of them. You can see all the request and test case order, which order you want to run. You can order also, change the order also, and you can see the output here. Number of test cases will fail, pass, it will show. See 7 passed. Yes, first one you have a two test cases here. So the first one you have a 2 test case. Status code, body match, string, all this. So that's the how you can write this. Put and delete. I don't know why it is failing. So you can see that why it is failing also. Maybe your UID we are not passing properly for this put. Every time it is creating a new one. Let's see what is this is creating. Same or not. This UID every time it is changing. Let's see next time we create. Okay, it's a dynamic value, right? It's a dynamic value. So it is changing every time. That's why it is so not there. And so this UID you need to fetch and need to give it to your update collection. That's the reason. So and that's why you're not getting 404 not found. Every time it is creating a new collection. Right? Every time it is creating a new collection. Okay, so that's how you can execute your APIs. And tomorrow I'll show you new APIs, and there we'll execute those APIs. Then we can go for the automation. Any questions? Even one also you can create a collection, but one not necessary, right? A collection means a group of requests should be there. A collection is nothing but a group of requests must be there under that.
Yeah, but as per my requirement, I have only one resident. So in that case, so we have to test only one that resident, right? So in that case, we need to create that.
You can add collections, but you can add more test cases for that. You can add more test cases if you want.
Yeah.
Validations
Okay.
is in the test tabs. Validations in the test tab. So validation is not that is not a perfect test case, right? The validations is mandatory. You have to either validate status code or you validate something in the response body, and then only you will come to know whether it is your test case is your API is working or not. Without validating, you cannot say that your API is working or not. If you want to say your API is working, they are given already what status code you need to get once you hit the send button. Once you send the request, what request you need to get it. That is the one it is you need to do validation in the test tab. Then only it is a perfect test case. Otherwise, it's not going to be a perfect test. Okay. So remaining things we'll see tomorrow. One more that we are going to automate.